You're watching Around Town with Henry Dormann.
Around Town is sponsored by Chemung Canal Trust Company. They're really nice people. Trust is their middle name. Service is their motto. And I like them a lot, and that's why I bank there. If you ever come by to look me up, I'll be in the vault. Safe place. We're in the office of the mayor of Ithaca. Svante, how do you pronounce the last name?
Myrick.
Myrick.
Pretty sure.
He's a very good interview. But there are some things that I wonder about, and I wanted to ask you. It seems across the United States, a large amount of people have this yearning for someone with a sense of greatness, someone with a sense of bringing people together to be there. What is happening to our country?
Yeah, it's such a good question. I find a prevailing sense of loneliness. You know, that folks are, and who knows if this is because of land patterns, I think is part of it. Folks moved out to the suburbs 50 years ago, and then we had to create sitcoms so that we can watch. You know, we drive home where only our nuclear family lives, and we turn on the television to watch Friends and watch Cheers and watch groups of people gather in cities as if they were an extended part of our family. I think, too, the way we work is now disconnected. You know, so many of us, what we do for our jobs is sit by ourselves in front of a computer. I think the way we learn, the way we study has become the same. We learn in silos and in buckets and become very specialized. And I think what we're looking for when we look now as we try to vote for a president is not just somebody who's going to solve our problems, but somebody who's going to make us feel like we're part of a tribe, like we're in this together, like we're not alone as we feel for much of our day. And I know that, I mean, I'll confess in the Obama years, I felt like Barack Obama was not just the bureaucrat in chief, which is what a president is supposed to be. They're the main paper pusher. I felt like he was the head of my cultural tribe. I felt connected to him in a way. And I know that for a lot of people and a lot of my friends, President Trump is the same thing. And I'll confess, too, that he does not feel like he's leading my tribe. I don't feel that same cultural connection to him. But it might explain why folks vote for somebody even if their policy proposals would actually hurt them, which is what we see now in this federal administration. Healthcare proposals that disproportionately hurt the same people who voted for President Trump. The only way to explain that is there's a cultural connection that goes beyond policy.
A lot of people say that you're the next Obama. Oh. You've probably heard that a lot.
Yeah, from mostly from family members and people who owe me money. It's a few people who want to stay on my good side, I think, because it's very generous and very kind and I think overly rosy estimation of the end point of my career and the
We have
high
such a
level.
long time to go. What are you, 30
I hope
now?
so. I just turned 30.
30.
Yeah. And Lord willing, I'll be able to make it at least till Social Security. Yeah.
Good that you're looking ahead.
I'm trying. You got to plan for the future.
Well, you don't really have anybody, as far as I can see, out there that is looming the same way with so many people saying so many nice things about you. This hasn't, and the other part is, when there is somebody like that, it goes to their head, and it hasn't gone to your head yet.
Not yet. Not yet. And I hope that that's a function of how I was raised and where I was raised in a small village, 800 people that, you know, you grew up with 800 people. They never let you forget who you are and you know, whose son you are and whose grandson you are and how you're supposed to treat people. I think part of it is the job, too. Being mayor is just a good gig. It's a great opportunity to
See, you use descriptive language differently than other people. Now, there are not too many people who are saying being mayor is a good gig.
Yeah. I think it is, though.
Yeah, but you come across as so natural.
Oh.
It's just very likable. And the people here that we've interviewed in Ithaca about Ithaca's future, all, and I keep trying to get something bad, but I can't. They all say nice things.
That's very kind.
And this is your second term.
This is my second term, yeah. And I feel very lucky for that. And I feel like a big part of that's because I have a lot of help. I mean, I just got reelected last year, I guess a year and a half ago. And I got 89% of the vote, which is Vladimir Putin numbers. You know, and I know you interviewed Vladimir Putin, but I think I was trying to get to 90%. I feel like that's safely within Putin range. And, you know, that is because, again, I don't know if you could do that at another level of government. I don't know if you can be a United States senator that solves 89% of the people's problems, but you can certainly do that as mayor if you work hard enough. And that's why I think it's a good place to be.
Well, the senior senator from New York seems to come close.
Yes, Senator Schumer. And part of it is he's relentless. He's relentless. He visits every one of, what do we have, 62 counties in New York State? He visits every one every year, which is pretty amazing.
He's a very interesting fellow as far as the use of power. He's brilliant at it.
Shrewd, very shrewd.
I asked him one time, we did an interview at the airport when he was going between planes and stops. And I asked him a simple question, how do you keep your weight down?
Yeah.
With all of these places you've got to go to.
Yeah.
And he was telling me his exercise routine.
What did he say?
Normally, nobody would do that.
Yeah.
You know, he's very personable too.
Yeah.
Very caring, very frank.
Yeah.
Knew the facts and the background.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, that's my impression of him. And I would, maybe off camera, I'll have to get those exercise tips because this job is not easy on the waistline. You have to spend a lot of time sitting. But that's, I don't know if you've read Al Franken's new book. It's brilliant and hilarious, and he titled it Al Franken, Giant of the Senate.
Yes.
Which I thought was great. But in it he says the fact that someone like Senator Schumer even exists is frankly hilarious. And that's my experience with him. He is brilliant, he's the smartest person you'll ever meet, and he's got his quirks, which makes him a very human person. And
so does his counterpart, the junior senator, who seems lately to be using curse words.
Yeah, which I appreciate. I mean, I guess I'm.
Do you really?
I do. I mean, it might be an attempt to humanize yourself to your audience, but I guess I've heard a few of these words before, I guess is what I mean. And again, growing up in a small town, I know for a lot of my friends, this is about half their vocabulary. And to me, it just reminds me of home. So I appreciate it, especially because I know where her heart is. Senator Gillibrand's got a great big heart, and she keeps fighting for us.
You answer every question with some great gem.
Is that true?
Yes, it's
you
true.
Too.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. It's my pleasure.
You always come across like, if I lived here, I'd want to vote for you.
Is that true?
I don't live here, but I live nearby.
Yeah.
I can always say nice things.
We'll get you registered to vote here anyway.
Thank you very much. Nice to see you. Thanks.
Thank you.
If you need any questions or anything, the mayor's office answers everything because he knows everybody and knows a great deal. In fact, he knows even more than a great deal. We'll see you soon.
Around Town with Henry Dormann will return in a moment.
Yeah, it's going down. We about to live it up, y'all. Let's go.
It's a big world, and now we're loving this town. It's our turn, so put your hands up. We on the big screen, and everybody's here living out our dreams. Dreams, whoa. Yeah, yeah. Don't be scared, take a chance. Come on, give me a hand. It's time to laugh, time to smile. Now let's get up and dance. Come on, everybody, let's live it up. Let it out if you can't get enough. This right here gonna make you jump, jump, jump. This is home. This is the place. We break it out, we sing it loud, scream and shout. This is home. Hey, yeah. This is home.
Life, it never stops moving. Getting from here to there. Managing long hours at work. Juggling a busy home. You need a bank that keeps up. That's Chemung Canal Trust Company. Bank online. Bank with our mobile app. Deposit a check with your smartphone. Open an account at Chemung Canal and bank with us anywhere, anytime. Chemung Canal Trust Company. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
Every year, 40% of all food in the U.S. never gets eaten.
40%. That's almost half the food we produce.
Food waste is a serious problem. It impacts all of us.
And it's expensive. Your family is throwing $1,500 a year in the trash.
We're working hard to put food waste on the chopping block.
And you can do the same at home.
Learn how to cook it, store it, and share it.
Just don't waste it.
Go to savethefood.com.
Your Marine Corps' way of life is to defend the American way of life. Every day, no matter where we serve, we take a stand for our nation, for each other, for us all. The few, the proud, the Marines.
You're watching WENY HD. We now return to Around Town with Henry Dormann.
I know a fellow who's a movie producer, Carl Mazzocone, and you'd never believe all the movies he's produced, but he gave it all up to become the owner of one of the most beautiful, with the best food, inns, and I'm going to let him talk about it because I had dinner there the other day, and the only place in the world that serves a turkey dinner every night, and it's known for that forever. I'm talking too much now. It's all up to you. Tell about the inn and all of these things and your sordid past in the movies.
Well, first of all, Henry, thank you for having me. It's an honor to be here. And well, it's been a long journey in life. I have when I look back at my past, I attended Ithaca College between 77 and 81, and I went to their film school before I went out to Los Angeles and made movies for 36 years. And it was a lot of fun.
But now all you care about is the inn.
Now all I care about is the inn. And I had
what's it called?
It was originally called the Taughannock Farms Inn. It's located in Trumansburg, New York, and it's perched over Lake Cayuga. It was a private home built by John Jones, a rich Philadelphian who was in the wallpaper business. And he lived in the house from 1873 until around 1935. When he owned the property, he owned the entire park. Everybody knows Taughannock's Fall State Park. Behind us is a picture of the waterfall. It's the tallest waterfall this side of the Rocky Mountains. It's 216 feet and or 15 feet, and it's taller than Niagara Falls. And long and the short of it is he gifted that to the state of New York in 1925. And when they finally sold the house in 1935, the house immediately became a country inn and restaurant. It's been in operation for 71 years. And remarkably, I'm the fourth owner of this place.
Really?
Yeah. And
do you live there?
I don't. I live up the up the street a little bit. You know, every room is the business is the value of heads and beds.
Sure.
And so it's about maximizing the profits and maximizing the potential of this beautiful Victorian.
Well, you poured a lot of money into that. I looked around and the place is almost new in every aspect. You must have redone everything there, and you must have, because you smile so much, you must have had a wonderful time at it.
It's a lot of fun to take something that's been old and forgotten and breathe new, fresh energy into it on every level, on giving it an internet presence, on refreshing all the rooms, in building and creating a friendly staff.
But the food.
And the food.
How did you get a chef?
Well, you know, we've gone through a few chefs to get this fellow, and he's terrific. He's a CIA, which isn't government. It's it's a Culinary Institute up in New York, and it's, you know, we've collected a group of passionate people that care. And every day I check my phone and we're getting another 5-star rating, another 5-star rating, another 5-star rating. And quite honestly, just the fact that the Inn at Taughannock is still here and it's in the shape that it's in is a gift to the community.
Is it expensive?
I try not to make it expensive specifically. My goal as we evolve it, both with landscaping and new construction and new bedrooms and refreshed rooms, we have a mandate that our room rates are cheaper than the Hilton and the Marriott downtown in Ithaca, always cheaper than the Aurora Inn and the Statler. And the restaurant is incredibly affordable. It's beyond remarkable food, as you've experienced. The view is to die for. We have a magnificent panoramic view of Cayuga Lake that's 180 degrees, and it's one of a kind, nothing quite like it anywhere else. Our goal is to get into producing premier event weddings and any other type of event you have, from anniversaries, retirement parties, it doesn't matter. It's about the attention to detail and refreshing and sustaining the integrity of the aesthetic that was established in 1873 and perpetuating that into the future.
Doesn't he talk well?
Well, thank you.
You're a terrific salesman.
Well, you know, when you're a movie producer, you have to be a salesman, Henry.
And you took all those millions you did in the movies and you're spending it on the inn.
We are, and yeah, it's we put some money in it.
A good man to know. You put a lot of money in it.
We did.
And you kept the turkey dinners every night.
And that's tradition.
A tradition. How long?
71 years. The turkey dinner's been on the menu 71 years, and it's fantastic. And it's, I think, $22.
Where I'm going to go for dinner tonight. You'll be there.
I'll buy you dinner.
Oh, a free dinner. If you come, maybe he'll throw you in for free dinners too. I'll be there about 8 o'clock.
Please join us. We'd love to have everybody.
See you soon. What a job this is. Holy smoke.
Thank you, buddy.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Around Town with Henry Dormann will return in a moment.
Life, it never stops moving. Getting from here to there. Managing long hours at work. Juggling a busy home. You need a bank that keeps up. That's Chemung Canal Trust Company. Bank online. Bank with our mobile app. Deposit a check with your smartphone. Open an account at Chemung Canal and bank with us anywhere, anytime. Chemung Canal Trust Company. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
We are there, day one, with baby names and a gift that lasts a lifetime. We are there as you grow, protecting you and those you love. We are there when you get your first job, helping you to save for the future. We are there when you marry your sweetheart to help secure your new life together. We are there if the unexpected happens, to help you see life from a new perspective. We are there when you start your next chapter to make sure you get off to a great start. And we are there when you lose your soulmate to help make sure you will be all right. We are with you through life's journey. Social Security, securing today and tomorrow. Get to know us and see what you can do online at socialsecurity.gov.
Did you know parking over tall, dry grass can spark a wildfire?
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Okay.
This is home. This is the place. We break it out. Hey, yeah. This is home.
We now return to Around Town with Henry Dormann.
We're out at beautiful Hammondsport right by the lake. But there's something special that you've got to see. These two people are flamethrowers. Where else would you see anything like this? They come from Rochester, and they have a session in Rochester that I think can teach you to flamethrow.
Yep.
And they're going to tell you all about it. Now, your name is Hoops.
Jillery Hoops.
Jillery Hoops.
Patrick Bellucci.
Well, I got close anyway. Explain how you got together, what you do, where can people contact you, phone, web, whatever. And then you're going to show us flames. Not around me.
Well, where do you want to go
Is
there?
it safe?
Social media is probably a good outlet to find
Is
us.
it safe?
Yes, it is. Yes,
Safe?
it is.
Yes.
So we've
You're
been.
not going to hit me with any flames.
No, we're not.
We'll be careful.
Go ahead.
So we've been hooping for about 8 years.
You've been hooping.
Yes, hula hooping and spinning fire for most of that time.
Yeah.
I think it was probably 6 years ago when I first started spinning fire. We met through our weekly spin jam, which is an opportunity for people in the community to come together and learn how to spin different props, whether it's hula hoops or staffs or poi or various juggling props.
With fire.
You can also do it with fire once
With or
you get to a
without.
point where you're comfortable. So we do foster a lot of people in the community taking their first spin and their first burn, we call it. And Patrick can tell you all about Whirly because he runs it.
Well, yeah, every Wednesday it's kind of turned into a big production. We have live DJs, which attracts a lot of people. When people show up with their various flow toy props, whether hoops, you might see poi, staff, a few other oddities that tend to show up, and it's been pretty successful. We've grown it from a radio in a park to probably something where 100, 150 people show up a night, and a lot of them are out there in the field with their props. We have to rent the pavilions we use every week in the parks, try to keep it all legit. But yeah, it's been a wonderful journey to see its success grow. You can look us up on Facebook at Whirly Wednesdays, find out where we are every week.
Yeah, we're also on Instagram at Whirly Wednesday. And each week we post the event, the location, what DJs will be spinning that night, and everybody gets together, and it's a really great community that we've grown.
You two are really wonderful.
Thank you.
Now, but you can wait until you see what they do, and then we're going to come back and you can once again at the end tell them where they can contact you. Is there a phone and whatever else?
Okay.
Should we do this? Are you going to teach me to do the hoops?
If you want, yeah.
They laugh. They think I'm kidding. We'll see.
All right.
Now for the flames and the hoops.
Yes.
You missed the best part. I was doing the fire and the hoops earlier, but they were so busy they didn't want to show it. They got jealous. Anyway, now you see what they do, and you can learn to do it. And here's where you can get contacted.
You can find us on Facebook. There's a group called Whirly Wednesdays. It's plural, and
I
there's
love
an
this.
exclamation point.
Whirly Wednesdays?
Whirly Wednesdays.
Whirly Wednesday.
And we're also on Instagram at Whirly Wednesday. If you'd like to watch more of our performances, we're at jillery.n.booch, Jillery in Booch on Instagram. And I'm also Jillery Hoops on Instagram.
I got an Instagram page too, but I still got to grow it. Look up Patrick Bellucci.
Any phone numbers?
585-259-2545.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You made me a star. I'm sorry we didn't get it on film. We'll see you soon.
You're watching WENY HD.